In this video, I'm going to show you the power of doing keyword suggestion research. So we're going to type here blood pressure and we're going to add a space. You can check once you add a space that you are presented here with the 10 most relevant keyword suggestions or the most popular keyword suggestions. And once you add blood pressure and add an English letter like A, you are presented with another set of 10 keyword suggestions. Once you change this to the letter B, you are presented with another set of 10 keyword suggestions. And once you do this process manually for all English vocabulary letters, you can finish in the letter Z, so you can find another set of keyword suggestions. Now let's use SuperSuggester software so we can find and collect all these keyword suggestions in automated fashion. So here we are now in SuperSuggester software. We're going to type here blood pressure. We're going to add a space just so we can emulate the process that we've been doing in Google. And we're going to unselect here the suffixes options just so you can check the 10 relevant keyword suggestions which are presented in Google once SuperSuggester software creates here the blood pressure search term on its background. You can check that you have the same 10 keyword suggestions which were presented before. Now let's automate the process for all these search providers you see here, and let's add suffixes for all English vocabulary letters AZ. You do have the option to use English vowels or numbers, and in this case we're just going to use all English vocabulary letters. So let's hit the start button and you can check that now the software is going into the search providers, each one we have selected here, visiting them, creating the search term combinations from A to Z, and in the end you'll be able to collect all the keyword suggestions which were found in automated fashion. So let's wait for the software to finish this process. Okay, the software is just about to finish the automated keyword suggestion research process. We're going to press OK. Now we're going to select all, and you can check that in total the software found 777 raw keyword suggestions, or if you want to know the amount of unique keyword suggestions, you have exactly 485. Now let's get back to Google, and here in Google we're going to show you another technique you can use in case you want to find more keyword suggestions. In this case you type blood pressure A, and now we're going to add the entire English vocabulary letter after the word A. So you type blood pressure AA, blood pressure AB, and you'll do this all the way until blood pressure AZ. Now you can do this process for all English vocabulary letters until you reach the point where you type blood pressure ZZ. In this case there is no set of keyword suggestions to be displayed, but let's automate the process in SuperSuggester software just so you can check how many keyword suggestions it can find and collect. Here we are now in SuperSuggester software. In this case we have used the suffixes option for all English vocabulary letters, and for all English vocabulary letters again you can check that we have used blood pressure. You can check blood pressure AA, and I'm going to scroll down all the way until the end, and here you can check the sequence which is being generated for all search term combinations, and in the end for over 2,700 search term combinations you'll have here the final one, blood pressure ZZ. The process has been done for the 4 search providers, and you can check that in total the software found 4,120 raw keyword suggestions. In terms of the amount of unique keyword suggestions, you can check that the software found exactly 2,980 keyword suggestions. Now we're back in Google so we can show you another powerful suggestion research process. Instead of going deep for all English vocabulary letters, you can also add a space, and now you can check for the most popular keyword suggestions, add a space, and you can check here the 10 most popular keyword suggestions. So if you go back and add a space, you can check the second keyword suggestion. If you add a space, you can check that there's another set of popular keyword suggestions. And if you go back and add a space for the same root search term, and if you check for monitor, and if you add a space, you can check all these popular keyword suggestions. So let's do the same process but automated with SuperSuggester software. So we're back into SuperSuggester software. I've already typed here blood pressure and I've added the space. We're going to select now recursive. Here you can select to do it for 1 level or 2 levels. We go in a second about exactly what this is. Let's just press the start button, and here you can check that now the software is going to the 4 search providers selected here, creating the search term combinations on its background and checking exactly for how many keyword suggestions it can find. And for this example you can check for the Google search engine. If you select your blood pressure chart, you can check the same 10 popular the 10 keyword suggestions found for blood pressure chart, they are exactly presented here, or for blood pressure readings in Google, you can check the same 10 popular keyword suggestions. And once you select all, you can check in total the software found exactly 281 raw keyword suggestions, or exactly 232 unique keyword suggestions. Now you can also do the same process. In this case we're going to delete all the keyword suggestions found, you can do the same process and do this in 2 levels. So what will happen is that the software will find, for example, blood pressure chart, check for the first 10 keyword suggestions, and will use those 10 keyword suggestions to create more search term combinations here on the software background, so it can later find and collect more keyword suggestions. So let's do now recursive for the second level. Let's press the start button. We'll be back here in a second. Okay, the software is just about to finish the suggestion research process. All search terms have in process. Here you can check the exact pattern under which the search term combinations were generated, and you can check that the software generated all these combinations. So once you select all, take a look at the results. Exactly 1053 raw keyword suggestions were found, or exactly 877 unique keyword suggestions. Now let's do something even more powerful. So here's a very powerful process you can use. You can also tell the software to go for blood pressure, deep for all English vocabulary letters, and on the top of that you can start to combine the deep research process with the recursive research process from the software. So you tell the software to go recursive in 1 or 2 levels. So let's start with 1 level and check the results. I'm going to hit the start button and I'll be back here in a second. The research process is finished, and you can take a look that in total the software found 3,642 raw keyword suggestions. Once you click here to select all, you can check that in total the software found 2,745 unique keyword suggestions. But you can do something even more powerful. Instead of going recursive on 1 level, you can tell the software to go recursive in 2 levels. So let's check the results when you use this process. Okay, so the software has already finished the research process, and take a look at the results. The software found 7,378 raw keyword suggestions, or if you want to know the number of unique keyword suggestions, there were exactly 4,838 unique keyword suggestions. Now the software can do something even more powerful, and what we're going to show next is what we call mass suggestion research. The mass suggestion research process is pretty simple. You simply tell the software to check for all English vocabulary letters AZ. You tell the software to go again deep AZ again on the top of the first English vocabulary letters, and you tell the software to go recursive and find all the popular terms found for all the keyword suggestions found during the deep research process. So let's press the start button and take a look at the results when this process is finished. Just take a look at the results. I'm going to select all, and here are the results from doing mass suggestion research. The software found exactly 30,599 raw keyword suggestions, or exactly 9,019 unique keyword suggestions. This is the power of using SuperSuggester software whenever you want to perform mass suggestion research.